Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, in this video today, we are going to discuss about the another topic of the chapter. All right. So, here I am firstly going to discuss flora and fauna. So, now what is flora and what is fauna? All right. So, flora means all the different kind of plants living in their natural surroundings are called the flora of that place. Understood? Means all the different kind of plants living in their natural surroundings. All right. So flora means generally all the different kinds of plants living in a natural surrounding. So this is known as flora. All right. And fauna means all the different kind of animals. So all the different kinds of animals living in their natural surroundings are called fauna of that place. So all the different kinds of animals living in the surrounding is known as fauna, and all the different kinds of plants living in natural surroundings are known as flora. So together the flora and fauna of a place form the biodiversity of the place. Understood? So you know that biodiversity means bio means life and diversity means variety of life. So variety of life included all the plants and all the animals, all the microorganisms. So here flora means the different kind of plants and fauna means the different kind of animals. So both form together a biodiversity of that place. And you know that all the components of environment are interdependent. Any change in one component may affect all other components. So we need to conserve biodiversity for our survival and to maintain the natural ecological balance. It also ensures the continuous availability of useful plants and animals and their products to our future generations. Okay, so you know that we all are dependent upon each other. We all are dependent upon the plants for food, for wood, for fuel, and we also dependent upon the animals for meat, for eggs. So you know that all the animals and all the plants together form a biodiversity. So we have to conserve biodiversity. So it's our duty to conserve biodiversity. Now the next point is conservation of forest and wildlife. So we should conserve forest and wildlife to preserve biodiversity, to prevent the endangered species from becoming extinct, and to maintain ecological balance in nature. So here uh, there are some points to conservation of forest and wildlife. So the very first point is afforestation. So afforestation, you all know afforestation means planting of trees. Okay, so planting of trees is very important part of conservation. We should plant at least as many trees as we cut. So you know that the One Mahotsav program, uh, which is celebrated throughout the country in the first week of July. Okay, and during this period, different trees are planted all over India. So afforestation is very important part to conservation of forest. Now the next one is prevent overgrazing. So overgrazing must be controlled to save forest. You know that grazing animals eat young trees and they destroy leaves. and lower branches. So we should prevent forest from overgrazing. Now the here uh, we saw that wildlife conservation is closely related to the forest conservation. When a forest is destroyed, a large number of animals become extinct or endangered. So, conserve wildlife, it is necessary to conserve forest. Now, the third one is habitat protection. So, what is habitat protection? It is a natural habitats of wildlife animals which should be preserved by establishing conservation areas, means protected areas. So protected areas such as national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves, where the wildlife animals protected from the outside world. So pro- areas are undisturbed habitat of wildlife. So, for conserving and maintaining biological diversity, so areas both on land and in water are protected through legal laws and other means. So, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, uh, and biosphere reserves are some of the protected areas created by our government.